World leaders are gathered in Japan for a second day of talks at the G7 summit. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy is also there. He's meeting with leaders in person to drum up more support for his country's defense against the Russian invasion. The CBC's Ashley Burke has the details from Hiroshima.
We've seen more than a dozen world leaders arrive here in Hiroshima, but Ukraine's president stole the show. Volodymyr Zelenskyy's visit is expected to overshadow the rest of this summit. And G7 leaders saw that coming, and they pushed out their final communique a day before the G7 even wrapped up. Despite rising tensions with China, the statement says that G7 leaders are looking to de-risk, not decouple from Beijing, which means they'll cooperate with China when it's beneficial, but listed a series of serious issues that they want addressed, including calling on China to stop conducting any foreign interference activities. A senior Canadian official here said that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is the one who raised that issue with his counterparts during a dinner. The Trudeau government has been under intense pressure for months over its handling of Beijing's attempts to interfere in the past two federal elections. The statement also called on China to press Russia to withdraw its troops from Ukraine. And that's what the focus now of the summit will be. This is Zelenskyy's chance to not only push his allies for what he wants, more weapons and fighter jets, but also speak to other countries like India to try to get them to break away from Russia. Experts say if Zelenskyy could do that, it would be a game changer and potentially a moment in history. They also said Zelenskyy wouldn't have come here if he was going to leave empty-handed. So the question is now, what exactly will he leave with? Ashley Burke, CBC News, Hiroshima.
Supplying Ukraine with aerial firepower has been one of the biggest issues the international community has been wrestling with. Now, the U.S. has given the green light for F-16 fighter jets to be used, and Moscow has been swift to react. The CBC's Dominic Velitis has more on that part of the story for us.
Been hearing from the Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Alexander Grushko today, and he says Western countries will be running colossal risks, in his words, if they supply Ukraine with those F-16 fighter jets. He accused Western countries of escalating the conflict, adding that Russia has all the necessary means to achieve the goals it has set in Ukraine. This was a huge announcement, Hillary, an announcement Ukraine's President Zelenskyy described as historic. Advanced fighter jets, especially those American-made F-16s, are really something that Ukraine has been after for quite some time now, and it now looks that is a step closer to becoming a reality. That said, it will be a logistical challenge. I think we're some way off seeing them in the skies above Ukraine. Pilots will have to be trained. That will take time. The planes will, of course, need weapons. They will need to be sourced. And then there is the wider issue that their delivery does not escalate this conflict beyond the borders of Ukraine. So that will need managing too. Hillary.
And on the ground in Ukraine, Russia's Wagner mercenary group is again making claims of success in the battle for that eastern city of Bakhmut. So what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that's right. We've also been hearing today from Yevgeny Prigozhin. He's the head of the Russian Wagner group. He has released another video today in which he claims his fighters have now taken Bakhmut, which has been the focus of the longest and bloodiest battle of Russia's war in Ukraine. And he says that his forces will hand over control of the city to the regular Russian army on Thursday. Now, Ukraine has denied that Bakhmut has fallen. It says Ukrainian troops are still fighting in the city, that the situation there is critical, but that Bakhmut has not been taken. And it's worth mentioning, Hillary, that Prigozhin, who has accused the regular Russian army of not giving him enough support in the past, has made claims like these before, and only yesterday he took to Telegram to announce that Bakhmut was unlikely to be taken anytime soon. But according to Prigozhin, that has now all changed. Bakhmut has fallen, but as I say, it's something that Ukraine denies. Hillary.